Hey everybody, welcome back to Tailgate Talks. Now it's time for the response video with me, Chantel Stone. You guys sent in some great questions and it was really hard to pick just one to highlight today. But one of them really did resonate with me because it was one that I've run into before. And I just kind of felt like it's probably something that we've all eventually or all will deal with. So without further ado, here is the question of the week. What mud mix do you recommend when you don't have a soil report? Now, I love this question because at some point, it's possible we've gone onto a site and had to drill blind. And so how do you prepare a mud mix when I'm the one telling you all the time that you have to build your mud to the soil conditions you're going to encounter? But what if you don't know what those soil conditions are? So here's what I'm going to recommend. First, try to do a bit of a soil search in that region that you're going to drill, because you'd be surprised how much information is out on the internet or at the local government agencies, just at your local town hall or anything like that for that region. You'd be surprised what you could actually find to help get you started. Now, if you're asking me about a mud mix, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build in all the possible properties and functions for some of the very base soils that we tend to run into. Now, this is not a catch-all. This is not for those special conditions like salt seams and things like that. If we're not prepared for those, we're probably going to have to stop and get prepared for those. But just for some basic conditions, we can prepare for sands and sticky clays and swelling clays and things like that. That we can prepare for with a pretty standard mix. Now, what that standard mix to me is, I'm going to go get a low viscosity bentonite. Now, that bentonite, I'm going to have some gels in there. Now, if I'm going to drill vertically, in other words, kind of like water well drillers, I'm going to add in a little bit of gelation. I don't need a whole lot, but I'm going to have a little bit of gel. If I'm going to be drilling horizontal and I don't know what the soil conditions are, I'm going to build more gels in because I always need gels in a horizontal application. Okay, so I've got my bentonite going and I've kind of selected the one that I want. Low viscosity with some gels, maybe more depending on the application I'm drilling in. I'm gonna go select a fluid loss control agent, which is PAC. So the one I'm gonna select on this condition, if I'm just kind of blindly drilling, I'm going to select a PAC low viscosity. So it's like a PAC L or a PAC LV. All manufacturers have a product similar to this. So you can just ask what's available, but get you a low viscosity PAC, and that's going to help your bentonite work better. That's going to give you a very tight filter cake. It is going to give you low fluid loss, which is what you want. You want very, very low fluid loss. So I'm going to start off with this product. That's going to help this fluid set, and that's going to help me through the sands. Now, for clays, particular clays that fall apart, I'm going to get what's called a PHPA. That's my clay control polymers. And that's going to help coat any of the clays that I'm drilling through. So I'm going to get a low viscosity, the lowest viscosity PHPA I can get, because I don't know how much I'm going to need. I don't want to go in there building a lot of viscosity at first. So I'm going to get a PHPA product, and I'm going to put in manufacturer's recommendation to get started, and then I'll adjust to the conditions as I see them while I'm drilling. Now, one of the things I do like to add in is I like to prepare for sticky clays, especially if I don't know whether I'm going to encounter them, because if you don't prepare for sticky clays specifically, once they're sticking to your tooling, then there's not a product that's going to just wipe them off your tooling and keep you going the way you want to. So you need to already have that in your fluid to coat your tooling, protect it, keep sticky clays from sticking. And the product that you need is called a surfactant. A lot of times you guys may call it a soap, but I'm gonna go get a low foam, possibly a dry version of a surfactant, because they tend to be low foaming. and I'm going to get that into my mix and keep that in my mix. And then that is kind of your core mix for when you don't know what you're going to counter, because it catches a lot. The last thing I'm going to do, and you know what, even if I'm not drilling blind, I'm going to do this on all of my projects, is I'm going to show up with lost circulation material. I'm going to show up with a mineral fiber and some super absorbent polymers and things like that. And I'm going to keep it on hand, because lost circulation events are rarely known. I'm not saying they're never known. Sometimes we know we're drilling through voids, but they're rarely known, or sometimes we accidentally cause them to occur. So when you have it with you to prepare and have a contingency plan for that type of condition, you're already ahead of the game. And if you don't use it, you bring it to your next job site, because it will last for a long time. So you can just take it around with you until you need it. The last little recommendation I'm going to make is make sure you have a good distributor that keeps the products you're using in stock, and you have everything you need for your job site so you can get a hold of it quickly. Now, I'm always going to recommend have all the products you need for that project, plus a little extra, because you always need extra, so that you don't have to wait for products to get out to you. But that's why I say partner up with a great distributor that keeps your products on hand, just in case for one of those circumstances where you need them and you're getting really low. So I hope that this this recommendation helped based on this week's question. I look forward to seeing what you're going to send me next, and I look forward to our next Tailgate Talks together. So we're going to keep making your slurries work for you, and we're going to help you on anything else on your project we can. We will see you next time. Bye.